I am not lying when I say this, but this movie was an incredibly hard watch for me. Okay? I'm not gonna lie, I could barely get through it. But there's still some positive things here. So, you know, we still have to talk about the optimistic things, the good things about this movie. So let's get into what's not that bad about Assassin's Creed. Welcome to It's Not That Bad with me, Jared, where we take seriously terrible movies and I tell you what's exclusively good about them. Now, I've got 3 points that make this movie worth watching, but only if you really like these 3 things, and I don't think it's worth watching for any typical moviegoer because it's not a great film. First point, if you are an Assassin's Creed die-hard fan, there's some things that stay true to this franchise, which is great. And you know, that's one of the good things about this movie is that they did their research. These writers actually may have played the game a little bit, just a little bit, and that's really all you can ask for in a video game adaptation. They do stay true to the first couple Assassin's Creed games, where you know they have that thing where they cut off your ring finger, and you need to do that for the blade to actually work. Really weird. The whole theme with like an eagle and the whole leap of faith and even synchronization are still things that are mentioned in this movie. The Animus itself is still a huge part of this universe. They kind of redid it for this movie, made it a little bit more modern, but still really cool. And they also have the evil company that's part of this game called Abstergo, which is good. You know, they were able to take parts of what they liked and made it into somewhat of a storyline for this movie. Number 2, second point, they had some fight scenes. And I would give these fight scenes about like a 3 out of 5. And along with those, decent costume and weapon design in the movie. There were some things that I did feel were like extreme. No, actually, most of the movie I felt was extremely slow. The pacing was just weird and off in some places, especially when they were in the Animus, when Michael Fassbender's character was like doing all of the parkour stuff. I did think that was pretty cool. And the scenes where the leap of faith actually happened, I thought that was fun. But also I thought the costumes were really cool with like these tiny intimate details. They also had the cool hidden blades, which is like the assassin's main weapon, or actually the most widely used weapon throughout the Assassin's Creed franchise, and the most popular. The hidden blade designs they had were really fun to see. They used this weaponry along with their stunts and coordination to make the scenes, the fighting scenes at least, flow well for some of it. For some of it, not most of it. Most of it was a little choppy. And the third thing, this is probably something you're not interested in, but this was just a great example of an extremely tragic movie. And let me just kind of tell you how this whole thing plays out. Cal, Michael Fassbender's character, his dad, just abandons him after his dad kills his mom, just randomly, okay? Cal is then sentenced to prison 30 years later. Sorry, sentenced to death 30 years later. And then just an evil corporation kidnaps him and makes everyone think he's dead, and kind of uses him as a lab rat. Comes to find out that his dad is actually alive 30 years later. In this like same evil place he's in, this evil corporation has him, and that his dad had a good reason to kill his mom. And then his dad actually dies at the hands of this evil corporation. And then Cal is still then experimented on until he goes like totally berserk and insane. And then gains the skill of an assassin because of these experiments. And is now killing the heads of, I mean, number one, this evil corporation, and also the heads of this major company. It's a lot to like unpack, psychologically. And we can use it as an example because none of our lives are that bad. We can feel comfort knowing that, hey, at least, we haven't been tested on by like a secret evil organization, or that we had that horrifying of a childhood. Hopefully there are exceptions out there. But if you're watching me, you probably haven't had that tragic of a backstory. If you do, let me know, and I sincerely apologize for assuming that. But the general population, yeah. Hopefully things have turned out well for you.